days gon' come and go. Baby, you just gotta make up your mind that every little thing's gonna be alright. Baby, don't you know all of them days gon' come and go. Baby, you just gotta make up your mind. We decided we're gonna be alright.
Hi, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm gonna do a story of time of why I hate my 5th grade teacher. And you might be thinking, why am I literally bringing this up 15 years later? Because yeah, I think I was in 5th grade 15 years, maybe 16 years ago. Yeah, so that was 15 years ago. And yeah, I'm still holding a grudge to this day. So if you see this, I need to give him another name just in case, so I don't get like sued or anything. But I'm gonna just say his name was it was a color, so I'm gonna change it to another color. I'm gonna call him Mr. Blue. This is the story about Mr. Blue and why I hate him. And Mr. Blue, you know who you are.
You know you was wrong for what you did.
What I do?
I think he's like, how old is he now? He's probably like 45 now, or like 50. I don't know. No, I think he was younger than my parents, but I don't know. Mr. Blue. So let me take you a walkthrough of like the background and the context and everything. So in 5th grade, I remember, well, they started this in 4th grade, but they were trying to prepare us for middle school. And you know how in middle school you have different classes and you have to go to different periods and stuff, and then you have a locker finally. So they were trying to prepare us for that. So in 5th grade, I had 2 teachers. I had one for, I think, reading, writing, and literature, and then the other one was social studies and science, and I think it was also math. I had three for the Mr. Blue and 2 for the other one, and the other one was a girl. I really liked her. However, my ops that I'm no longer friends with, they fucking hated her, and I'm like, I always stayed quiet, so I'm like, I couldn't relate. Like, sorry. I loved her. She was really cool. But anyway, so I started 5th grade.
Little Tay out here on the top of Beverly Hills. I run this beat.
And it was like kind of like normal. Like we're not really talking to anyone. I remember the first semester, like I didn't really like have friends. So like and my homeroom teacher for the 5th grade one was the girl, so like that's why I liked her. She was always nice to me. She would always let us order Chick-fil-A biscuits and stuff like that in her classroom, and she was just nice. But in that class, a lot of the Latino students were in that class, like the majority of them, me included. But they all made like a little crew, and they never really included me in it. So like I never sat in that table. It was like towards the back next to the teacher's desk, and then I wasn't included in that, and I felt some type of way. And also my ops were in that table, so I just kind of kept to myself and I didn't really talk to anyone. But then there's this one girl, her name's Rebecca. She's like an athlete, and she's like super successful now. Well, I don't know if she's like an athlete. I think, what does she does? I think she does like business or something. But Rebecca, you know who you are. Oh my god, it like lag. You know who you are. But she was like my first friend in the 5th grade class, and I found out that she was also collecting Littlest Pet Shops, and we would just talk about our Littlest Pet Shop collection, like when we had no one else to talk to. But she had like other friends, so like she would only talk to me like when we were in the homeroom class, and then sometimes at lunch, because she would always bring like good food and stuff, and like my mom would never like let us get like snacks and stuff. But yeah, we would always talk about Littlest Pet Shops. I'm like, you a real one. You know who you are. You know who you are. But this is gonna become important later on in the story. In the other classroom, that was my other teacher, the science, math, and social studies teacher. There is another Kevin in that class, and it's going to be very important. This all comes full circle. But I feel like that Mr. Blue never really liked me. Like, I feel like sometimes when you're in school, like you could just get the vibe that some teachers didn't like you. Like, I have another story of like my 3rd grade teacher, but I don't really know if I want to talk about her. But I do remember Mr. Blue. I almost said his real name. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. But yeah, Mr. Blue, I feel like he never really liked me. I feel like he was always like kind of trying to find a way to like invalidate what I like, stuff that I know, or like when I was doing tests and stuff. I just feel like he was always harder on me. And I remember one time, like towards in the middle of the school year, the whole 5th grade, like, because they counted us as a unit, because everybody in 5th grade had 2 teachers, and then they counted the students in each classroom as a unit. So like we were all a unit basically, we were just separated. And when like one classroom gets in trouble, I think they were like getting all of us in trouble. And also I was in the advanced placement part of the 5th grade section, and they were like this like hall. I remember it used to be the music room, but then they changed it to the advanced 5th grade class, and we were like closer to the lunchroom and stuff, the cafeteria. But yeah, I just feel like he never liked me. And I remember one time the class got in trouble, and I remember he was like calling me out, and I'm like, I'm not even doing anything. I think because like I dropped some rice, because like I think since we had detention for lunch, we had to eat our food in the classroom. And then I think I dropped some rice, and he was like quick to tell me to clean it and stuff. And I'm like, damn, can I like breathe first? Like I know I dropped it, I will clean it. But I just feel like there was just little things like that. In contrast, my homeroom teacher, which was also my reading and literature teacher, she was so nice. And I feel like I remember one time, it's because they used to make us write like these detention letters or essays, and I remember if the class got it, everybody would have to write it. And I remember one time, because I've never gotten in trouble, like up to that point I've never really gotten in trouble as or like punishment, and I was like a goody two shoes like student. And when I would get in trouble, like I would like cry, because I'm like, I literally didn't do anything. Why am I getting detention, and why am I getting in trouble with everyone else? And I guess they were trying to like show that like you have to get your classroom or your fellow classmates in check, so like y'all all could do well together. But I never agreed with punishing everyone, because I'm like, I feel like maybe the first time okay, but multiple times. I remember I had to write so many essays, but the very first one that I had to write, I didn't actually have to write because I was crying. And my teacher, it's because like I didn't want my parents to like get me in trouble there, because they were really strict. So they would be like, oh, why did you get this, why are you doing this, like what did you do, even though it wasn't my fault. So that's what I was scared of, getting like in trouble. And I think that's what the teachers didn't realize, that it's like you're getting in trouble for everybody else's mistake. And I didn't like that. But anyways, she told me I didn't have to write it, and I kind of felt bad because like everybody else was writing it, and I was just sitting there like, but I'm like, I don't deserve to write it. But anyways, we had to write these essays. But then towards the middle of the year, I think we were taking like tests and stuff, and we also had like Mr. Blue always gave us tests. He would always like give us tests and homework, and it was like so annoying. And then they would always give us, at the beginning of the year, they would give us agenda, and then basically this is how you can keep track of your assignments. Like it wasn't a requirement that you used it. I didn't use it for homework, because I would always remember to do my homework. Like I was always I've always been on top of like homework and assignments. So I didn't really use my agenda. This is gonna connect further in the story. But we were taking like this one test, and I remember I think progress reports came for like the second, because I think they would give us like 4 progress reports every semester, and I think it was like either the second one or the third one. It was almost the last one. It was like one of those. It wasn't the first one. And I got it back, and I had a lot of bad grades. Like I had a lot of bad grades in my math, social studies, and science. Like they were all C's. And it was saying like I had a lot of missing assignments. And I was like, that doesn't make sense, because I literally turn everything on time. I literally do all my work, and I get good grades in the test. So it was saying like my tests were wrong, everything was wrong. And I was like, what? I was like about to cry, because I'm like, what are you talking about? I literally did all my homework. I turned it in on time, and I did everything that you're supposed to do. And then I got home, and I was like, oh my god, my mom's gonna get so mad. And she did get mad. But I was explaining to her, I was like, I literally like, I did all my assignments. I don't know what's going on. Like, what is... And then, oh my god, as a 10-year-old, I was so smart. I was like, I put 2 and 2 together. I was like, oh, he probably... I'm not saying he did it intentionally, but he probably, like, messed up the other Kevin and me. And then because okay, no offense to you if you're seeing this other Kevin, like, we all know that you weren't really trying as hard. You know, you were more laid back, so I'm sorry, but I know you got my grade. So I was like, okay, he probably switched our grades. And then oh my god, the other Kevin was so geek. He was telling everybody, he was like, oh my god, I got a lot of A's, I got so many A's, mom's gonna be so happy. And I'm like, but I didn't say nothing. So I was like, I'm just gonna tell my, like, when I get home, if my mom doesn't get too mad, I'm gonna be like, we gotta figure this out. And then I literally told Mr. Blue, I was like, these grades don't look right. Even though, also, I was really shy and introverted, so this was like a big step for me. Like, I had to fix my own grades, because like I wasn't scared of Mr. Blue, but I just didn't like, I would limit my interactions with him because I feel like he didn't like me. And then so basically all that happened. I talked to him, I was like, I think you switched my grades with the other Kevin. And he was like, I'm like, first of all, you know how the other Kevin is, like, why are you, he was like questioning me. He was like, how are you sure, and I'm like, clearly you're the one who put the grade in, you should know. And all my assignments have my name on it. Like, hello.
When I'm bumping that, now I wanna hear my track.
Hello. And I feel like he didn't want to apologize, so he was like, oh well, you got to bring your mom into this. And then like, I got a note, I think, in my agenda, or a note or something. So then I told my mom, she was mad, but then like she was like, okay, we're gonna go. And this is also a big waste of her time and my time. Like, I could have literally been chilling. No, I have to go fix my fucking grade that day. So I think, I don't even remember what day it was, but we went back to the school, like literally as soon as my mom, because I was a latch kid baby, or latchkey kid for a long time. Like, actually for the majority of like when I was in elementary, middle, and high school, like I think since 2nd grade. So I had to wait for my mom to get home before she didn't want to like just go after you know, her job. So she wanted to get ready, so she like changed and everything. And then I'm like, oh, okay, so we're just gonna go now. And then we went back to the classroom, and then my mom speaks broken English, so I'm like, oh my gosh. So it's like, honestly, I feel like, why did you have to bring my mom into this? We could just literally figure this out. But I guess he wanted like an adult, like my guardian or my mom there. I'm like, literally, you could just go back to each assignment and see it was mine. So then I was like, yeah, these are not my grades, why do I have C's? And he was like, well, maybe because you didn't do any homework, or because you didn't do good on your assignments. And I just looked at Mr. Blue like, are you dumb? Like, what? This doesn't make sense. So I told him, I was like, I literally do all my assignments and blah blah blah. And he was like, oh well, then pull out your agenda so I could see that you wrote it down and stuff. And he was trying to like do an argument that because I don't write stuff down, because like I handed in my agenda and I don't have anything written. So he's like, see, this is why you have C's, because you don't remember to do your assignments. And I'm like, that's because I always remember it. I don't have to write it down. I just know. I just remember to do it, because I do it the same day. And I sometimes even, I never told him, but I sometimes do it like the day ends, like before I go home. I sometimes do it during the class and stuff like that. And he was like, okay. Well, he was like reluctantly like looking through like the past homework, and what do you know, all my name was there, and the correct grade was there too. And I was just looking at him like, yeah, those are literally my grades. And I don't think he ever apologized. He was just like, okay, I'll just change them. And he was like, oh, but remember to write down your assignments moving forward, so we don't have this problem again, or something, like in teacher form. I forgot what he said. And I'm like, the agenda has nothing to do with it. Like, I did my assignments. Literally, the agenda is just to help you, and I don't need it to help me. Like, sometimes when it's like a lot of things we have to read, maybe I'll write the page number or something, but I always did my assignments, and they were all A's. So then he was like, oh, I gotta tell the other Kevin that he doesn't have A's. I'm like, okay, why are you telling me? Like, I don't care, those are my grades. And I think like the next week, the other Kevin was disappointed. He was like, oh my god, I didn't get good grades. And I was just staring at him like, yeah, like those are, I didn't say nothing. I was like, I'm not the type of person to blow or anything. So I was just like, and thinking, I was like, yeah, because you took my grades, but those are my grades. So yeah, that's one of the reasons I don't like him. I was literally 10. Also, why are you beefing with the 10-year-old? So that kind of made me uncomfortable. I did not like him. I already didn't like him, but moving forward, I definitely didn't like him, because I was like, and then just to spite him, I literally wrote down everything. You know what, I'm gonna just write everything down now, just if this problem arises, he can't say that this is the reason. But I firmly believe now that he literally had no argument against me, because you could literally go to each assignment and literally see that it's my, I even put my last name. And even if he was like, oh, this was the other Kevin, I'm like, I even showed him, I even brought in like proof that that's my handwriting. And I'm just like, that's literally me. Everything is pointing to me. Like, I don't know. I just didn't like that. But he did change it. Elementary grades don't matter at all. Like, but I just feel like it's for my integrity and honesty. And I'm like, you literally put that into question. And I know who I am and I know my worth. Even now, I'm like, when I think about this, I get so heated. I'm like, why? Oh my God. And then my mom was so happy. And I was like, yeah, because, you know, I'm trying to get good grades. Yeah, Mr. Blue, if you're seeing this, I feel like you were not professional. And I feel like I don't know, maybe because it was your first year teaching, but I'm like, that was very like fucked up of you. And I'm still defending myself 15 years later. So anyways, if you like this video, comment, like, and subscribe, and let me know what you think, or if you had any similar situations happen to you with someone with the same name as you. But yeah, that's why I don't like my 5th grade teacher. I'm letting him know now.
This is for Rachel, you big, fat, white, nasty, smelling, fat bitch.
If he ever comes across my video, I don't like you. And I feel like maybe if you apologize, I'll reconsider me not liking you. But I feel like it doesn't even matter. But it's been 15 years and I'm still holding on to this. And I feel like it was an entertaining story. Bye.